All right, so I have a question here. We're about to start a digital marketing company. Oh, how exciting! And expect about 150 bank transactions and 20 invoices each month. How should we expect to pay how much should we expect to pay a bookkeeper? Great question. So first of all, how exciting that you're starting a new adventure. And I want you to think about a couple of things. First of all, if you have to consider how you're going to use any starting capital that you may have. So if you do have a pile of capital to start with, I want you to be aware of the best strategic use of that. And I'm saying this to you, it may not sound like I'm answering your question, but I'm actually giving you a little pushback. Although I applaud you that you're starting a company and your first thoughts go to bookkeeping, right? That's ding, you get a gold star in my book. You have to really deploy your initial resources very strategically. And in general, I typically recommend that if you have a startup cash, you want your money to be invested in sales, service delivery, marketing, and admin, pretty much in that order. The only admin cost, and bookkeeping is part of the administrative function. There's one exception to that, and I'll share that with you in just a moment. But really the only admin costs that you want to pay in the very early stages of a startup are nothing more than business formation costs and your basic, all right, what do we need to function? Let's be legal, let's have stuff. And anything beyond that, you really want to set up with technological automation so you can keep your administrative spending at a minimum. Now, the exception that I had mentioned would be invoicing. Now, granted, so if you need a bookkeeper to handle your invoicing, that's something that you can consider at it's hard for me to tell you how much to pay because I don't know what your business model is, how much you're looking at in gross revenues, what your profit margins are. But I can tell you this. First of all, consider only deploying a bookkeeper on the highest value-added activities. And if that's invoicing because some manual invoicing steps are necessary in order to bring cash in the door, yes, that is a great use of a bookkeeper. And I see here that we've got Richie on the call, Eric, Deborah, welcome, all of you in the accounting industry. You're with me? I mean, if you're gonna deploy a bookkeeper or an accountant where you have just startup resources and you may or may not even have starting capital, go for the highest and best use. Use your bookkeeper to bring in cash. Of course, and the second best use of somebody with a bookkeeping or accounting skill set is to help you save money, especially those tax practitioners. So that's a good use of funds on the front end for a good use of administrative funds for a startup. But you also want to consider how necessary is it that the invoicing process be manual? Consider how much might be able to be automated, whether you're in the products industry or a service-based industry. And that, when both time and money are at a premium during the very early days of an organization, consider automating as much as possible. And then bring in a highly skilled accounting practitioner and definitely a highly skilled tax practitioner to help make sure that your organization is optimizing revenue, optimizing expenses, and have them do what human beings are uniquely qualified to do, which is exercise judgment, experience-based judgment. Don't ever have a human being do what technology can do. So that's my answer to that question.